Good morning, everyone. Do you know, I just realised something this morning. I don't know why it's taken me until now to think about it really, but next week it's going to be winter here in Australia. Oh wow, like how fast have the last few months gone by, especially autumn. I just feel like it went by in the blink of an eye. So this is going to be the last update for the season. Well, I'm telling you, it's a little bit of a mixed update because it has a couple of fails and a couple of successes. So I end up harvesting my peanuts. Do I? Do I not? You'll see. And then I'll show you the dinosaur gourd. Plus we'll take a look at a couple of perennials which are thriving at the moment. So please just sit back, relax for a few minutes, and let's get into it now. We are in the last few days of autumn and you just couldn't ask for better weather. Look at that gorgeous clear blue sky. This London plane tree is about to do one massive leaf dump. They're all on the verge of dropping off. I reckon a couple of weeks and I will just have bare branches here. There's already quite a lot near the trunk of the tree, and what I'll do is, once I get a decent amount of them, is I'll rake them up into a big mound, come in and mow over them, breaking them up into smaller pieces, and I'll use them as mulch in the garden beds as well as making leaf mould. Judging by the appearance of these echium plants, I reckon I'm going to have the best floral display to date this spring. I've never had this much growth. There must be at least 50 branches or stems, if that's the correct name for them. And on each of these, there will be this huge flower spike that will attract so many pollinators, especially the bees. They are just drawn to this plant. They absolutely love it. I think this plant is a great example of how you can create a lovely garden on a budget. So what I just showed you was it at its maturity, but I actually purchased this around 3 or 4 years ago from a local lady for about $5 when it was pretty much maybe around this size. And you know, a bit of patience, love and care. We are now at this point of its life where I know it is going to be abundant with blooms come springtime. In this container is a crop which hasn't turned out as planned. These are peanut plants which I sowed back in spring. I've only got 2 in here in this container, but as far as I can remember, I think I sowed maybe at least 5. It's my first year growing these, but I had imagined that the plants would be a lot more lush, filling out this whole space where I wouldn't be able to see any of the potting mix. But we should not judge a book by its cover, should we? So even though there's not much to look at up here, we don't know what lies beneath. Since we have 2 plants, what I'm thinking of doing is just yanking one out of the soil, just to see what happens. I'm really hoping that we see lots of peanuts on this, but it could just be roots. You ready? Let's do it. Oh, it is just roots. Oh, that's so disappointing. But I'm not giving up yet, because maybe the peanuts fell off and are underneath here somewhere. Let's go search. Wow, there's actually nothing here. I can't feel anything and I can't see anything. Nothing. Will we pull out the other plant? Maybe we'll have a bit of better luck with this one. Where is it? There we go. I might just move some of the soil around from the side. Away from the side. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Is that a peanut? It doesn't look like one, a proper peanut, but it's something. Okay, this is a good sign. Let's keep going. Oh, nothing again. What? What have I done wrong? Has anyone grown peanuts before? Please, I need your help. Okay, I'm now just going to tip everything out and see if there's anything in there. Out you go. a lot of roots. Give them a shake. Oh, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. How did that happen? Oh. Well, I think I can write this off as a garden fail for summer 2022. I was trying to figure out what went wrong, and it may just be time, because peanut plants need about 4 to 5 months to grow to maturity, and these really struggled at the start. So even though I did sow them back in spring, they were very slow to get growing. As you can see by this, it's pretty small and miserable looking anyway. And I think that was the downfall. It just didn't have a long enough time to, develop the nuts underground. And now that we're in the last few weeks of autumn, we have already started to receive some frost in the morning. These plants will not thrive or survive during winter, so I'm going to have to scrap them and start again next spring. If you're looking for a perennial shrub that puts on a mass display of flowers during autumn, when the weather starts to cool down and the days get a bit shorter, you can't look past this magnificent Mexican marigold, which I have growing here in this bed. It's been in this spot for about 3 years, and each year it just gets larger and larger, and I'm telling you, the smell also is beautiful. It's really aromatic, and I've shown you this before actually. Last year I believe I shared with you how I use it to make a really delicious fragrant tea. What you're looking at here is that dinosaur gourd that I showed you a few weeks back that I was very excited about. It was looking lovely and healthy, and now it's starting to rot. So brown. Oh, it's a bit upsetting, but not too bad. I'll tell you why, because I found another one. It's down here, absolutely massive. I can't remember if I showed you this one before, but I'm telling you, if you lift it up, it feels like I'm lifting up a rock. This part of the base is really dense and extremely heavy. Some of the plants that I put into the raised beds are coming along nicely. I've got all of this celery, and even though it hasn't developed really big stalks at the moment, you can still harvest it and add it to dishes. Pop in a few of these leaves, which will still give you that celery flavour and keep you going until it's ready to properly harvest. Beside them is the elephant garlic. The mizuna is going crazy. I've got lots of rainbow chard in so many different colours, growing in all of these raised beds, plus containers too. You may remember a few weeks back I put in lots of different varieties of sweet peas all along the back of these raised beds. Well, none of them popped up, which is very odd. Maybe mice ate them, or the snails got to them, although I didn't even see any shoots. But the odd thing is, over in the other beds just opposite them, I'll show you. Over here I've got lots of sugar snap peas, and they're pretty much in all the beds all along the back. For some reason these ones grew but the other ones didn't. It's frustrating because I spent a lot of money on all of these different varieties of sweet peas that didn't even make an appearance. But not to worry, I'm going to put in some of these, the Owl Reliable Mammoth Mix, which I grow every year. They come in a mixed pack, lots of different colours, as you can see there from the label, and they always seem to be pretty reliable. And while I have a lot of my kale plants recovering after the snail and slug damage, they've got new foliage here, a lot of the cabbages and cauliflowers just haven't bounced back. It's just so odd. I don't know what's going on, and my brain honestly feels a bit fried at the moment after the long summer and autumn. I think I may possibly be a little bit overwhelmed, especially when you look at the garden. It is just so overgrown. I'll show you. Look at the state of the place. I have grass growing up all through the beds, random tomato plants that still think it's summertime, and just, oh my dahlias, everything. I'll get there though. I'll just have to stick to the usual plan where I divide up the tasks, prioritize them, and do one bit at a time. At least I'm not like 2 weeks away from spring and I just have a mountain of work to do. I can gradually spread it out now over the next few months. Well everyone, we have come to the end of this week's garden update, and I've just noticed my face is filthy, so I need to go inside and give it a good scrub. But anyway, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and welcome to any of you who have just stumbled upon my channel. Please consider liking this video, maybe leaving a comment, sharing and subscribing too. Otherwise, I will see you all again next Friday.